Greetings. I am Tendrak. I am a storytelling dragon. I welcome you to my theater, a place where storytellers are welcomed with tales of good and evil, joy and sorrow, entertaining while enlightening. It's a place where I tell stories that will challenge your imagination to see things as they are, and perhaps are not. Stories which might make things which are seemingly impossible become possible. Let me tell you a story that spans the ages. Become more aware of the interweaving of creatures and people in your lives, those who help you overcome your foibles, and those who help you appreciate and develop your talents all the more. This is the story of the Godmother and the Magician. There was and there wasn't Jan, a carpenter, and his wife Marta, a seamstress, a young couple who are celebrating the birth of their first daughter Mary. They are not rich, but live frugally in a small house with a carpenter's shop attached to the back, where Jan makes furniture. He helps his less fortunate neighbors when he can, sometimes with a chair, or maybe a baby's crib for those who can't afford one. Marcella, one of the villagers, stopped by to see the new baby.
I was passing through the marketplace when I heard the wonderful news about your new baby, and I just had to stop by and see her. Everyone is talking about her.
Oh, Marcella, come and take a look at little Mary.
Marta, you and Jan must be so proud of her. Do you have a godmother for her yet? I would love to be her godmother if she doesn't have one, and if you're willing to have me.
Oh, Marcella, you're the first to ask. Marta, do you think it would be okay to have Marcella for Mary's godmother? Or have other plans been made?
No, we would be honored to have you as Mary's godmother.
You have a very beautiful daughter, and because of your kindness to others, I want to give her some special gifts that will not only protect her, but also help you until she is married. Let me give her my blessing. Mary, you look so cute in the crib. Here is my blessing. On the day of your christening, dear child, may it be the beginning of a life neither silly nor wild. The good Lord gave you as a gift to your mother and father, so for them or anyone else, don't you become a bother. Sadness and pain bring tears to your eyes, dear girl. Let them not be tears of water, but rather beautiful, precious pearls. When you tell a story, or speak in either poetry or prose, from your lips will come forth a red, red rose. When you tread or walk upon the ground, footprints of solid gold will be found. Until the day a prince takes you for his bride, these gifts I give you will help to provide the means that will help you and your parents to survive, with gifts that will do more than simply keep you alive. From the dangers of the evil ones, be they man, woman, or beast, I charge this blessing to protect, and at least to prepare you to become glorious. When saved by your true love, you shall both be victorious.
Where are my manners? Would you like some fresh kolaches and hot tea?
Thank you, I won't be able to stay for tea, but if I could take a couple of kolaches with me, I would be most pleased. Oh, what a beautiful child! May you continue in your generosity to others. Thank you very much for your hospitality, but I must be off to help take care of others.
Thank you, and Godspeed. What wonderful gifts the godmother has given Mary. We were very fortunate that Marcella stopped by. Oh, look at Mary's lips pucker up. I think she's going to cry.
Look, Marta, look. See the pearls coming out of Mary's eyes as she cries? And look, they're strung.
There. That's better. See? She's going to smile. Look, a rose is coming coming from her lips. It's beautiful.
Wow, what kind of power does Marcella have? Boy, I can barely wait till Mary walks.
As you can imagine, it didn't take long before Jan and Marta were very well off. They moved to a bigger house with a private rose garden. They told people that Jan had a rich aunt who died, and she was in the pearl business. Not only did it explain all the pearls, but the rose garden explained all the roses, and it kept people from becoming too inquisitive with their new wealth. Jan and Marta were even more generous to the poor. Mary grew into one of the most beautiful girls in the kingdom. One afternoon she went for a walk alone in the forest and met Prince Radislav.
Good afternoon, m'lady. I'm Prince Radislav. I don't believe I've seen you in court. I knew if I had, I wouldn't have forgotten.
Having roses come out of your mouth when you are speaking does have its disadvantages, as you can imagine, but it does spark creativity. When Mary speaks, she turns her head shyly from the prince and covers her mouth with her hand.
Your Highness, my name is Mary. May I present you with this rose? The flower is beautiful, but the thorns are sharp.
This rose is not nearly as lovely as you. You have the grace and beauty of a true princess. I don't come here often, do you?
Uh-huh.
I see. I will have to come this way more frequently. Do you live near here?
Uh-huh.
Are you married?
Oh no, Your Highness. I live with my parents. I'm an only child. Here, have another rose.
You are as lovely as this rose, too. I can't tell you how nice it is to meet a person with a disposition as lovely as yours. I would like to get to know you better. Oh, you're stealing my heart. I should be giving you roses. Will you be here tomorrow?
Yes, Prince Radislav. I enjoy your company as well. Keep this rose as a remembrance of me, for I must leave now before my parents worry about me. By your leave, my prince, I too will count the minutes until we meet again.
Mary is such a lovely girl, and so nice to talk to. I'm missing her already. Oh, Page,
Yes, Your Highness?
follow that beautiful lady who is just here. Her name is Mary. Don't let her see you, but report back to me where she lives.
Yes, my lord.
Prince Radislav's delightful memories of his meeting with Mary will soon be interrupted, as Princess Matilda, to whom his parents betrothed him, enters the scene.
Oh, there you are, Radislav. Where did you get those roses? And not a rose bush in sight. Are you chasing after some other girl? Don't deny it. I saw a pretty little slip of a thing running through the trees with your page in hot pursuit. I can't leave you alone for a second. Did she give you those roses? Oh, that's a new one, a girl giving a man roses. But that will all change when we're married. And don't get some crazy idea about changing your mind. Our wedding has been arranged since we were born, and you're not going to change it now. So, just get that idea out of your head. You try something and you'll be sorry. Just wait until after we're married, and I'll make sure you don't stray. I already started the wedding dress. When will you set a date for the wedding? If you'd only make up your mind, we could get on with the wedding. What can I tell my friends? If you don't make up your mind before long, I'll talk to your mother and father, and we'll see if we can set a date. Well, what do you say?
Well, I don't need to think about it anymore. I found the girl I want to marry, if she'll have me. Maybe my father is committed to have me marry you, but I'm not going to marry you. No one ever listens to me. This is a lifelong commitment, and I want to live with someone I love. I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding another prince. For you, we princes are a dime a dozen.
I'll make you sorry you said that. You can't brush me off. I'll see that you don't marry that girl. You might as well accept the inevitable. Oh, you men are impossible, especially you princes. My sister had to wait 10 years before her prince gave in and married her. I'm not going to wait that long. Why do you have to try to put off the inevitable?
Don't try to stop me. You'll see who the prince is here. These roses are one of the nicest presents I've had in quite a while. I suggest you start looking for another prince.
The prince heads back toward the palace. The headstrong princess fumes at the thought that she might lose her prince. She looks up the path and sees the magician coming toward her, and the plan begins to form in her mind.
Good afternoon, Tea Tree, the clever.
Good afternoon, Princess Matilda. It's such a beautiful day for a walk. How are you?
Until now, things have not been going well. But I think you could help me change that. The prince is running after some girl and I'm going to put a stop to it. I'm asking, no, I'm commanding that you do something about it.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Someday I'm going to be your queen and you do want to be in my good graces, do you not? I want you to get rid of that girl my prince and his page are chasing down the path. She's not going to stand in my way to the throne and she's not taking my prince.
You mean Mary? I met all three of them going the other way as I came up the path.
You mean you know the girl?
Yes, everyone around here knows Mary. She's protected by the blessing of a very powerful godmother. Her godmother put so strong a blessing on her that it will take at least 10 magicians as powerful as I to break it. I don't think you'll harm her very easily.
Oh, blessings don't frighten me. I think I could arrange a little accident that would take care of her. And while I'm thinking about it, I think I could include you in that accident too.
On second thought, I could arrange to have her out of your sight. How about a transportation spell someplace far away?
Just so the prince and I never have to see her again.
I must warn you that although my spell will work, it may not work the way you think it will. How a spell works is very unpredictable. But leave it to me, Your Highness. I'll take care of it.
The princess headed back to the castle, assuring herself that she had the magician under her control. Let me tell you, never think you have a magician under your control. As the magician began to conjure up a spell, he looked on the ground and saw a rose which the prince had dropped. He picked up the rose to use in his spell.
Well, that's a scorned princess if ever I saw one. She is really having a bad day. What's this? One of Mary's roses? I'd recognize it anywhere. I'd better get busy on that transportation spell before the princess threatens me with any more trouble. Let's see. Where shall I send Mary? She's such a nice girl. It will have to be someplace where the princess will not think to look. I think the safest place is here, under her nose. Oh, Mary, a life-saving journey you shall make, and nothing you shall need nor take. On the back of a dragon you shall ride, with 4 great white owls on each side. And when you arrive at your destination, without any more procrastination, you shall fall into a deep, deep sleep, until your prince with a kiss shall free you from your keep. Your enemies who caused this spell to be cast will find their presence here and won't last. So be it.
When the magician finished casting his spell, he took a few steps off the beaten path and put the rose up in a tree branch. When he returned to the path, he heard the prince and his page arguing.
Do you know what happens to people who tell me lies?
But it's true, Your Highness, it's true. this great dragon swooped down with 4 great white owls on each side. He picked up Mary, and they all took off into the sky. I watched until they were out of sight.
Keytree, you're the clever magician. Lend us your expertise. My page told me that Mary was abducted by a dragon with 4 white owls. Have you heard of anything so ridiculous in your life?
Your Highness, let me please give you some good advice. In this instance, believe your page. Make him show you in which direction the dragon and the owls went, and then go after them. Prepare yourselves for quite an adventurous journey, and beware of the petty princess whom you have scorned.
Thank you, Keytree. Well, Page, maybe I did misjudge your account. Tell me that story again, and maybe we'll go rescue the maiden Mary.
The prince and the page had no sooner left than a fuming princess came stomping up to the magician, shouting,
You fool! You fool! I didn't mean for you to send that girl somewhere so the prince would go running after her.
Well, Your Highness, I sent Mary out of your sight as I promised. You will have to capture the prince yourself.
You bet I will. And just you wait. When I'm queen, I'll take care of you permanently. Don't think you can cross me and get away with it. I can see that if I want something done right, I'll have to do it myself.
After the princess stormed off, the magician smiled and thought to himself,
This has actually been a stimulating afternoon.
Prince Radislav and his page rode their horses in the direction the dragon and owls had flown. It wasn't long before they noticed that the forest and countryside had changed. The plants seemed to be larger. They were like green ferns with splashes of red and more exotic than the plants around the castle. The trees seemed taller. The trunks and branches were thicker. Then the ground began to shake, and they felt the footsteps of a giant who was singing.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's time to set out, eh? Roar!
Highness, be careful. I don't think the giant knows we're here. Ouch! He's standing on my foot. Please, Prince Radislav, make him move.
He just missed stepping on me with his last footstep. I'll jab him with the point of my sword. He'll move.
No! 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 I must be standing on a hill of red ants. Time to move. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm off to bake and frost a cake.
That giant thought I was a whole hill of red ants. But I got him off your foot. This forest looks familiar. It seems like we've been here before. And yet, there's a strangeness about it. But I can't put my finger on it.
I feel the same way too. Do you think it's enchanted?
Look, over there. It's a 3-headed dragon heading straight for us. If this forest isn't enchanted, I don't want to see one that is. Stand perfectly still. Maybe the dragon will fly by.
Did you ever hear a 3-headed dragon bickering with itself? Neither had Prince Radislav and his page, until now.
Who's on dinner watch? I'm getting hungry.
I am, and I see 2 humans standing perfectly still.
They look pretty small to me.
I'm pretty hungry, and they don't look like more than an appetizer to me.
If we 3 heads have the same body, how can one head be hungrier than the other 2 heads?
This isn't the time for that philosophical discussion again. I'm hungry too. Let's see if we can pick up something to eat.
I still have armor stuck in my teeth from the last time I tried to eat a knight.
The last time I ate a cow, it had a very rubbery udder. Worse than chewing gum. My jaw is so sore, I don't want to chew anything more.
Oh, I guess it's up to me. Let's head for the humans.
Watch out. The tall one has a sword.
Watch out! The shorter one, he's got a dagger.
1 inch closer, and we'll see how many heads you'll have left. Quick, Paige, jump on the neck and hang on. He can't breathe fire on you, or he'll fry himself too.
No more metal. My mouth is still sore from the last sword I almost swallowed. Let's eat something softer. I think I heard some sheep down in the valley. Let's swing by there for lamb chops. I can use the wool to floss my teeth.
The prince and the page were spared jumping on the dragon as the dragon backed off and flew towards the valley and the sound of sheep. But our heroes had another adventure.
What next, Your Highness?
I don't think it'd be hard to venture a guess, because that great web over there crosses our path. I think we'll have to cut through it to get past. I think it belongs to that big black spider coming towards us.
Well, who enters my domain? I think dinner is headed my way.
I think every creature in this enchanted forest has a fixation on food. A giant who wants to bake a cake, a 3-headed dragon who can't make up his mind on which head wants to eat us, and now a hungry spider who has an eye on making us the main course of his dinner.
I hope your sword can discourage this one, too.
I see you brought your own tableware. Is it sharp?
I'll let you feel the point as it goes through you. Then you can judge for yourself. Stand back, Paige. I'll whack through the web and then take on the spider.
No, please don't. It took me a whole week to build my web, and now you want to destroy my home.
Well, we need to get through, and your web is blocking our way.
Let me lift the edge of the web, and you can easily squeeze through. And put your sword away. I'll not attack you. I can find a less aggressive dinner.
Thank you for letting us through. Now, Paige, step through quickly.
Well, we survived that one, too. All this talk of food is making me hungry. I wonder if they have any berries, or something more substantial to eat.
I don't know, but if the size of the web is any indication of the size of the flies around here, I want out as soon as possible. Let's keep moving and see if we can find a way back to our own forest.